Surviving is the same thing as winning. By Please Dial 123. Chapter 7. Quiet Nights. Kakashi glanced up at the faint knock on his door and flickered his chakra very faintly in response. The door creaked open and Kakashi looked back at the scroll in front of him as Guy toed his sandals off and quietly closed the door. Kakashi smirked faintly, knowing Guy was only being quiet because Kakashi's neighbor intimidated him. His friend had been too loud too late one day, and the old woman next door had given him such a tongue-lashing that Guy had avoided Kakashi's apartment for months. Guy was not used to being scolded, too bright and happy for most to take offense, and too much for people to even approach him with a scolding. "There's some tea on the stove if you want some," Kakashi said idly. Guy blinked and then grinned as he tiptoed over to the stove. Kakashi slid his feet off the second chair and toed it out from the table for Guy to flop into. "How have you been?" Kakashi asked blandly. "Very well," Guy boomed at a whisper. "I chanced upon passing by the Hotake compound on my way here." "Oh yes, it's only 20 minutes out of your way, but you happened to chance upon it," Kakashi said drolly. Guy winked, entirely unashamed. But then he sobered, face going thoughtful as he eyed Kakashi. Kakashi flickered his glance at the man and then straightened, rolling the scroll shut. While the quiet Guy was not entirely unknown to his friends, it often was a precursor for serious conversation. "I am surprised you reopened the Hotake compound," he said. "Naruto's apartment was atrocious," Kakashi said automatically, "and Sasuke was living in a house full of ghosts." "I am not surprised you did it for them," Guy corrected. "I am simply surprised you opened it and did not return to it yourself." "You know it holds bad memories for me," Kakashi said flatly. It had been over just 20 years since his father committed suicide, and Kakashi could still remember the way the blood seeped across the tatami mats, and the way his father's hair had turned pink with it. "I would think 3 young children would be able to chase that gloom away," Guy said, sipping at his tea, which was actually true. They were the only reason Kakashi could stand to be there. And to be honest, well, when he was there nowadays, it was full of warmth and noise, and Kakashi almost forgot it had ever been a shadow on him. "Your students," Guy said softly. "They have changed you, Kakashi." "Have they?" Kakashi asked automatically. "Yes, and for the better, I think," Guy smiled. "I've only had them less than a year," Kakashi argued. "And yet I can see the change." Guy smiled warmly at him. Kakashi looked away. He knew he had become more active since taking them on. He'd had to keep up. But was he really changed? Not that he just believed Guy. If anyone could see changes, it would be Guy. I think I like it," Kakashi admitted. He paused, and Guy didn't interrupt his thoughts, just watched him with a soft smile. "They brought back some purpose into my life," Kakashi admitted quietly, like it was a secret. "I'm glad." Guy beamed, eyes crinkling happily. Kakashi looked down at his own tea, and Guy sipped his. They had drawn out new purpose in his life, and Kakashi was very grateful, actually. "How is Sakura doing with you?" Kakashi asked to deflect the conversation. Enough about all those soft, warm feelings inside of him right now. "Very well!" Guy beamed. "She is taking to the Iron Fist style like a fish to water." "Sorry I didn't ask before teaching her your family style." Kakashi cleared his throat. "But I assumed—"
"You are free to assume." Guy smiled. "I have often called you my brother, and so it is your style as well. Besides, I am the last of the Maito family. Why should a style end with me? No, it belongs to Konoha now, and Sakura will carry it forward for me, just like Lee."
Kakashi smiled at Guy and wondered how such a kind man could be such a ruthless shinobi. That was the dichotomy of the shinobi life, he supposed. "And how is she doing with the crush Lee has?" Guy suddenly wilted.
She does not return his feelings," Guy sighed, "and I have tried to encourage Lee to give her time, but he seems to have misinterpreted that, as he must keep trying for as long as it takes for her to say yes." Ah, Kakashi sighed. Sakura is a very definitive girl. If she has said no now, it is unlikely her answer will change. If Lee keeps bothering her, we may need to intervene. While I would like her to deal with her own problems, I won't have anyone making her uncomfortable. As is right. Guy sighed as well. If it comes to a point, I will make sure he understands. He needs to stop. Thank you, Kakashi said. How is the training month going? Guy asked, changing the subject. They drank tea late into the night, relaxing together as Kakashi explained his training routine. Guy exchanged some tips and somehow bullied Kakashi into joining him for spars and workouts early in the morning on the odd day while a clone would be sent to help the boys, just to see if he was still as hip and useful as usual. Kakashi didn't know how Guy had talked him around to agreeing, but he didn't regret that. Yet! Kakashi side-eyed Hayate as he sat on a log watching Yugao greet Sakura and Sasuke. Sakura was already asking Yugao a question she had thought up in the night about Jujutsu while Sasuke lingered close enough to hear the answer. Kakashi would bet Sasuke was the one who had formed that question first and somehow connived Sakura into asking. Sasuke liked to keep quiet these days, and his teammates helped enable that by understanding him so well he didn't even have to say it outright. Kakashi might have to stop encouraging that. But for now, he had Hayate to deal with. He doubted the man was here to simply watch and lounge in the sun. Are you okay going to meet Jiraiya on your own today? Kakashi asked Naruto. I need to have a word with Hayate.
Sure!
Naruto shrugged.
We were working on this awesome ceiling scroll yesterday that we'll probably finish.
You're already leagues ahead of me. Kakashi ruffled his hair.
I'm not!
Naruto grinned.
But I'm catching up to you, old man.
Kakashi laughed and shooed him off, meandering over to Hayate as Sakura yelled something and her and Sasuke started arguing over theory. Yugao watched with a patient eye. Yo, how's it going, Hayate? Kakashi smiled as he slouched over.
Came to see what was keeping Yugao busy in the afternoons.
Hayate coughed lightly.
I also heard some rumors that you bared your fangs recently.
Kakashi winced and gave a sigh before tugging the tanto strapped across his lower back free. The sword had been picked up on a whim when he had started teaching the kids about weapons because he couldn't appear to be a hypocrite when he told them to carry their own weapons and didn't carry one of his own. After Kabuto, he had realized it might be in his best interest to keep it on himself more regularly. The white blade glinted in the light and Hayate gave a low whistle.
So you really did pick up your father's white fang again,
he said. Chakra blades are expensive, Kakashi said simply. Why buy a new one when I had an old one already broken in?
Been a while since I've seen you with any blades, though.
Hayate smirked. Kakashi simply smiled at him and didn't mention it had been since he had been in Anbu.
Spar?
Hayate grinned. Now Kakashi really did wince. Hayate was the best swordsman in Konoha for a reason, and Kakashi had barely touched a blade in 7 years. Spar, he agreed with a sigh. He might be taking a break from sealing lessons with Naruto to get his own lessons, it seemed.